Hi. The thing takes forever to connect, so I just sit here and wait for it to do its thing. Um, it's Spooky University time. I know you're excited. Thank you so much, everybody who commented and did a video response to the smoking topic. I got a wide variety of opinions, and I thought it was really interesting. And I even got some tips on how to quit. And I might have to try Eva's electronic cigarette because that sounds very interesting. It sounds like it might work. Because really, and I'm adding to last week's topic, so forgive me for that. But really, it is part of the addiction is having the thing in your hand and having the actually smoking it. It's not just the nicotine. I think a lot of it has to do with that habit of having something in your mouth. And if you have an oral fixation, there you go. That's all I'm going to say about that. Anyway, this week's topic was submitted by Spooky University subscriber slash friend slash student, Rhonda K, and I'll put her link in the sidebar. Thank you so much, Rhonda. I appreciate it. I really appreciate it because I'm running out of things. Which, I know there are a ton of topics out there. I just don't know what. Okay, so the topic is spoiled kids or babies, spoiled children. Who's to blame, the parents or the child? And I'm reading this from what she wrote to me. She's had a situation where she couldn't walk out of the room without her grandchild screaming, and he started doing it pretty recently, and there's some some things going on in the family about that. So, and I won't go into that. But do you think that? Now I know what I think. I do think it had. Well, anyway. But do you think it's the parents, or do you think that the child is maybe taking advantage of the parent? Do you think that the child realizes if they do certain things, screaming or crying or whatever it is, that they'll get a specific type of attention or some attention at all? Or do you think that the parents just are being, I don't want to say anything bad about it. Do you think that the parents are causing it? Let's put it that way. And then another approach to this maybe is, what about spoiled parents? What about parents who have to get their way no matter what, even at the potential detriment of the child? I know some people like that. I'm not naming any names, but we'll just say I know some people like that. Excuse me. So, so the couple different approaches to this one, and Rhonda K, if you will add some send me some questions to put in the description section. I'll put them over there along with my little couple questions, and then let's see. I was trying to think if there's anything else with this topic. I think it's a good one because we talked about rudeness and things like that, especially with teenagers and people in retail and stuff like that. And there, it seems to me, and now I was quite a not the most polite person, or not the most unspoiled person in the world when I was a teenager or a kid, and I don't blame my parents though. I don't blame my grandparents either. I just was kind of a little punk. But I think that was part of my choice, Anyway, what was my point? My point was that, these kids are very, what's the word I'm looking? I'm at a loss for words today for some reason. These kids are very impressionable when they're little, and so whatever you teach them or whatever they're taught, no matter who it is, from a certain age to a certain age. I think it's like between 2 and 8 years old, or 2 and 5, something like that. I'm not an expert on children, but anyway, it sticks with them. That becomes part of their personality, becomes ingrained in their personality, and it's very hard to change that as time goes by. And I think that's true of anybody, not just kids, but I think after a certain amount of time, you adopt whatever it is, like this, and it's hard to break it. So yeah, let's hear your opinion on spoiled children. Who's to blame, and what can we do to break them out of this, to keep them from acting this way? I know there are parents out there, and I know that you guys have opinions on this, so I'd like to hear them. And even if you're not a parent, I want to hear your opinion, because you know what? Let me just get on a soapbox for a second. Even though I don't have any kids, I certainly have the common sense to recognize when something isn't right with how things are going. And I think that's true of pretty much, well, a lot of people. A lot of people do have common sense, and I won't say everybody does, because you know everybody doesn't have common sense. But I think that's true of a lot of people. They can recognize whether they have children or not, or whether they're married or not, or whatever it is, that something's just not right. There's something weird there. And I mentioned married because you have people who give married people advice that aren't married. The people giving the advice aren't married, and they're giving advice to married people. And the married person says, "Well, but you're not married, so how can you know?" Well, sometimes you just know. Sometimes you can just see it. Anyway, I have rambled on way too long. This is a long Spooky University topic video. So, spoiled children, spoiled parents. What do you think? How do we fix it? Who's to blame? All right. I look forward to your responses as always, and have a great week, and I will see you very soon. Thanks.